Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to today's special sharing and chat with Mindfulness Master, Mr. John Shearer. And today is the World Mental Health Day, October 10th, 2020. It's a very special day because it's 10-10-2020. So John, are you aware that this is actually once in a lifetime occasion?
Absolutely. That's the same for every day. But
Yes.
World Mental Health Day is a very special day for me because in 1997, after having 15 what I call dark years from 1982 when I died in a truck crash, and then later that year I was diagnosed with mental illness, and then I had 15 years of being stuck in the mental health system. And then on World Mental Health Day in 1997, an old friend of mine knocked on my door and he said that he followed a spiritual prompt to do that and told me his story. And 2 days later, I had a spiritual awakening and my life changed forever.
Wow.
And he has no idea what he did that day, and I haven't been able to find him again since, because I became part of his ripple. And now, as you know, I always say it is always my hope that the people who are touched by my ripple then create a ripple of their own. And that way we can change the world one person at a time. We can. And you are, Kitty.
Thank you, John. Absolutely. I still remember 2014 May, we had a Mindful May special connection through your Facebook group. And it was a divine appointment, I believe, because it just out of the blue, I was on Facebook and saw your post. I didn't even know you then, right? And then from there, we started connecting through that group the whole of May, from the 1st to the 30th of May. Every single day we were connecting through this Mindful May special Facebook group. And of course, we became friends, and you became my mindfulness mentor and coach. And I have not gone back since. It's been more than 6 years since we got to know each other. And I can safely say that, you have made an amazing difference and a blessing to me personally. And I definitely love to be a ripple effect from what you've done. And it's just been a wonderful journey. Thank you, John. Thank you.
Thank you, Kitty.
So, yes.
Yeah.
So tell us,
Go on.
how do you feel about the connection between mental health and mindfulness? Because of course, there's a very much intricate relationship between the two, don't you think, John?
Yes, well, the system, of course, uses science and medicine, but real healing comes when we start connecting with our source energy, with God, the universe. Yeah. And when we start practicing mindfulness, and like I always say, and you'll see all over my stuff everywhere, be mindful, pause, connect. And be mindful is what I teach people to use as a heart instruction. And remember, God reads hearts, not minds, hearts. So a heart instruction, anytime we notice an unhelpful or negative thought, or if we notice our mind in the past, which can make us depressed, or in the future, which can make us anxious, then we use the heart instruction to the mind, be mindful. And then we allow that to trigger a pause, and it only takes a few seconds. And in that pause, we connect 3 ways. We connect with where we are, and it doesn't matter where we are, any time of day, it doesn't matter who we're with, at work, at play, it doesn't matter. We connect, and we use our 5 senses for that: sight, hearing, smell, taste, touch, if you're with your partner. It's very important. Second way we connect is with full presence with whoever we're with. The greatest gift we can give our loved ones is our full presence. That means not thinking about what to say next door, having any sort of agenda, just be present. Like right now, you're fully present with me when I'm talking, and when you talk, I'm fully present with you, and we have a connection, a powerful connection too. So, and the third way we connect is with our source energy. And I often say the power of mindfulness is in the silence between our thoughts. The more silence we create throughout our day, the more power to us, because it's out of that silence that comes the next step, comes creativity. It turns on our intuition, and then we were able to practice deep listening, which is not listening with our ears, deep listening. And then it's amazing what drops in our mind. And that's really important. And that's what's missing in mental health as well, is the culture and spirituality and that connection we have with our deeper inner selves. And when we start listening to that voice, wow. Yeah. So it's a beautiful
Beautiful.
thing, Kitty.
Yes, thank you, John. I see that my friend Alfred has joined us as well. Hello, Alfred. Wonderful to have you with us. So,
Hey,
Alfred,
Alfred.
Hi,
yeah,
John.
this is my mindfulness coach and mentor, and he's the mindfulness master. And he was just sharing with us how the connection between mental health and mindfulness are intricately, connected. I love it when I started learning about what John taught in regards to, just how you can focus and be in the present moment, and it's wonderful.
Yes,
Yes.
I
And when
agree.
we start practicing that, and it does take practice, because typically our minds are so busy that really it's a one-way conversation.
Yes.
And people love to pray, 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 but really we need to be pausing our minds to receive. That way we can start having a conversation with God. And we don't even need a plan. Once you start practicing this and then you start experiencing the synchronicities or things that we call coincidences, they're not really, but
No.
because God, the universe, is working for us and moving the furniture for us and then enabling us to get on our correct path and make a difference in this crazy world.
I know, John. I always say it's not coincidence, but God incidents. But I love that you say, moving the furniture for us. It's so much to do with being in the moment, and I love that third part. I mean, I love all, be mindful, pause, and connect. All three of them, because I sometimes find it difficult to pause. Because I'm such a, going through the motion, but now more and more after being trained on mindfulness, I am able to do that better. But the third part of connect, wow, that is really, really powerful. Connect with the source, connect with one another, like what we're doing, and connect, of course, with ourselves. I would love maybe spend about 10 minutes before we head off, because we have another meeting coming up, to share a bit about your amazing book, Mindful Insights. I believe on this special mental health day, this book should be read by everyone, not just today, but every day, because I've actually been reading. This is my probably third time. The first time I read it, when John asked me to do a review for him through reading his manuscript. Second time, I was going through, page by page. Now I'm doing it week by week, because it's got 52 weeks in there, 52 chapters. So John, tell us a little bit about Mindful Insights and how radically it can actually help us, to reach out for self-realization, but also improving our mental health.
I wrote Mindful Insights actually 3 years ago, and I targeted people with diagnosis
Yes.
because there's another way. Medicine isn't the only way, that's for sure. And that's why I support anyone who has holistic therapies. That's what's missing in mental health is, like I said before, culture and spirituality. It's really needed badly. So 3 years ago, I started with my first book, which you also have, of course, from
Yeah,
2014, Mindful Actions, which now I call a beginner's book. And then I expanded on that, and I went from 27 chapters to 52. And I decided in the book to call them weeks, not chapters,
yes, yes.
52 weeks. And how I expanded mindful actions, I added six weeks in the beginning, which is designed for people to have a good look at themselves, a real good look at themselves. And then I expanded on mindful practice and all the different aspects of that practice. And then I devoted the last 13 weeks to mentoring skills, which is also parenting skills. So we go from wherever we are right now and we go on this journey, and as long as you practice, anyone can, then eventually you will awaken, and you'll know when, because it's like the penny drops. And I love it when people say to me, John, I get it now. And they awaken. And then they start seeing the beauty in the world and the light in people, all people, even people they don't like, because people we don't like have a lesson for us, for sure. So that's what the book's all about. So it's 52 weeks. And yeah, I encourage people, read it right through, sure, but then read it again slowly. And it's only a page or two each week. It's not much reading, but there's always, each week, there's always something to do, something to add to your practice. So it's a real practical guide to getting to that place we're in, and, that place of living in awareness. And life doesn't pass us by when we are living in the moment with awareness, because we don't miss the little things, which can often turn into big things. And those little things quite often is God trying to reach us. We might overhear a conversation, or the phone will ring, or we'll bump into someone that we're meant to, or whatever. There's probably a million different ways. But if our minds are so busy, stressed out, anxious, depressed, whatever, we miss it all. We just completely miss it. Yeah. So
I love it, especially when you were writing about the keys to mindfulness mentoring, because that's where I'm at, using the things that I've learned, through mindfulness to actually help my clients while they're going through reaching their total wellness goals. And one thing that I've learned from your book is about this concept of PACE, P-A-C-E, which I love, because I think I can certainly start to practice that, and then also help, the people around me to do the same. So maybe, in the last little while, you can share a little bit about those four things, yeah? Presence, awareness, connection, and empathy, which is PACE. Love it.
well, it starts with empathy, of course, and with clients, or it could be with our teenagers as well. Put yourself in their shoes. That's the first thing, because that way you get their trust, and they'll open up. So it starts with empathy, PACE, and then presence. Of course, it's important to be present. There's more to it, of course, but be present. That means not having an agenda or thinking about what to say next or anything. Just be present as you're listening. And listening is a big part of being present, of course. Listening mindfully, which is with a clear mind. It takes practice to do that. It's not easy, but it's worthwhile. And then awareness is because when we're fully present with someone, we get insights into where they're at, what's going on. And that includes people that are in our face too.
Yes.
Because what people say and do is where they're coming from. It rarely has anything to do with us. So awareness, and also being aware of facial expressions, eye contact, body language, and things like that. And connection, of course, we've already talked about. Connection is vitally important, and trusting our intuition. And one of the big things in mentoring, of course, is don't give advice. Never give advice.
Okay.
That's where a lot of people go wrong. But what we do become is masters at giving a different perspective. And when we share our own story or a third party story, that's okay, because that's not giving advice. And it has great power as well, sharing our stories. And we should be sharing our stories, especially on World Mental Health Day, because I really believe that by sharing our stories, of what's really going on is the best hope for the world to get rid of stigma. You know, if people just take their masks off and be who they really are. Yeah.
Yes.
Just strengthen our weakness, Kitty.
Yes, for sure, for sure. Wow, that's really a lot of wisdom. And my friend Alfred here also is a writer, and he has been doing meditation for a little while now. So it's wonderful to have you with us. And so, yeah, for those of you who are watching this replay, either through my Facebook group or on YouTube, love for you to interact with us. I'm sorry that for those of you who may be wanting to go on live, but it seems like the technical issues didn't allow us to do that, but it's all good. So have a great day and a blessed day, everyone. And I look forward to continue connecting with you.
Thanks, Kitty.
Thanks, John. Thanks, Alfred. I'll see you in your Zoom room later, John.
Okay. See you. Good to meet you, Alfred. Bye.
Yep. Same here,
Take
John.
care.
See you, Kitty.
Bye-bye.
See ya.